Good morning. I know it's not a Monday, it's a Wednesday, and today is a little bit different this week. It's not the regular Monday live, but we're having our SEO training session anyway. So today we are talking about content. There was some time ago a very famous phrase which has remained as an example in digital marketing, and it was that content is king. What I always say is that it's not complete, because if content is king, then the user is queen, and she rules the universe of our websites. So today we will try and understand and think of how we can make sure that king and queen are both very happy in our royal family. So we are talking about content. During the week, I had a client of mine. He asked me, what about the SEO content? Because you know that when you're making your SEO strategy, you need to focus on content for your website, because we can optimize your website as good as we want, with all the possible pages very well optimized, as we said in one of the last videos. Maybe it was last week, so I don't know. I will link to it in the notes of this video anyway. It was which are the best keywords and the best things we can target in our most important landing pages of our website. We can optimize the site as good as we want, the best as we can, with all the possible categories and tags and the taxonomy, which can be done the most perfect way. And there was a session about the tags and the categories as well. I will link to it here. These are all kind of prerequisites, so something that stays behind, something that's necessary for you to have, but it's not enough. You need to be working on your content as well. When I say that SEO is a triangle, it means that you have the three sides of this shape to keep in mind. And as I always say, no triangle can stand with just one side. There was a session about this as well, and I will link to it too. The content stands on a side, the structure, the website code, the website structure stays on another side, and the backlinks stand on another side. And you need all the three of them. So you can't have a website which is ranking very well only if you have a very good SEO focused structural site. You can't surely make SEO just using yours, and this is something that many do. And please, you don't have to be working with me, but if anybody pretends to be offering you an SEO service and they only use the yours SEO, consider they are selling to you a triangle and it's just one side. Don't buy it. You don't have to work with me, but be aware that it's made by three sides, and the two sides you can't forget backlinks and the code, they need to be there. You can't just buy an SEO service which is made by content optimized with Yoast. It can be as good as you want, but it's not very easy for you to rank unless it's for very easy keywords in a non-competitive field. Well, you should be aware of that. You should really check the tracking and you should really check what you're being offered. And this is one of the reasons why I keep making training sessions every week for free, because so much has been said around SEO, and there is so much, such a big number of people who have been disappointed, who lost their faith, who think that it's not possible to achieve any results. It's not true, and it takes you to become aware of a little bit of how the processes work to understand what you're being offered. This is something that I consider extremely empowering because if you have the information, you can make your choices. You can decide what you want to do. You can understand what people are offering to you, what kind of products they are offering to you. So if you know how things work, you are aware, you have a knowledge, you can understand if you want to pay for something which has got just one side of the triangle, which is just I am going to optimize your site. Yeah, what are you going to do? I'm going to use SEO Yoast plugin. Okay, thank you, that's good. It's one side of the triangle. It's not the entire thing. So you need to know that. Then if you buy it anyway and you are aware of that, that's your choice. But you won't be feeling disappointed or betrayed. You know what you chose. You chose one side of the triangle, and that's fair enough if it's fine with you. But you consider you can't have a triangle standing with just one side, so your website won't be able to rank very well with just one side. It's as long as you know that, then it's fine. So my client was asking me about the content, because the content is one of the three sides, and even if it's one of the easiest, because everybody, nearly everybody knows how to use the SEO Yoast. The free version is really very, very easy to use. I've been making some articles. I will link them as well. It doesn't take any big difficulty to use it very well. So try to become aware of how to do it. And sometimes you might not have time for content. One of the things many of my clients struggle with is time. And I can understand them because I struggle with time all the time. And it's just silly as this, but we all have the same number of hours in a day and we struggle to fit everything. It's a matter of choices. And you might choose not to write your content yourself, but if you're aware that you need some content in your website, you're one step forward, because you know you can't expect to be ranking very well if you do not keep creating posts, if you do not keep adding, or editing or changing, updating, creating posts and pages on your site. It needs to be active, it needs to be informative, it needs to be valid, because it's not just the content which is king, it's the user which is queen. And the user won't be happy if the content does not satisfy them enough. You are a user because you use websites all the time. You know what makes you happy when you're looking for something. Always think from a customer perspective, even when it's your site. And if you can't create some content, consider the opportunity of outsourcing this. Generally, the best is when you can create content, because your tone of voice is you selling your products to your customers. It's your unique style, your unique tone of voice, your unique knowledge and know-how and expertise, which you need to show, which people must see, and they will trust you, and they will come back, and they will want to work with you. But you might not have time enough, and in this case, it's fair enough as long as you hire somebody, any copywriter, anybody writing content to you. In this case, what I'd been asked was, which are some guidelines, because I asked for some SEO-based content, and they said that solely SEO-based content is not good enough. It's lovely that they said so, because this is true. If you ask for solely only SEO-based content, you're asking for something that will never work, because some content which is only SEO focused doesn't have conversions. And what is the point in getting more traffic on your site because your site is ranking better, if then the traffic that you receive just becomes bounce rate, means that if you get more people to visit your website, but they don't find anything they like and they only close the site, it's not engaging, it's not informative. So it doesn't have to be only SEO based. It has to be SEO based, but it has to be converting. So what do you need to know when you're doing your content creation, or when you're outsourcing your content creation to anybody, is to ask them to either rewrite any pieces you did, or to write pieces from scratch, pieces of content, and they need basically to be following 7 directives. Some of this have been already said, but I just want to make it very clear, and I will write them in the notes so that you see. And there is an article which I'm going to be publishing soon, and you will find all of this. For having a content which is optimized, you need to be selecting keywords, to be making a very good keyword search, and to decide which is the focused keyword and related keywords, the ones which will be strengthening the meaning of the word. The focused keyword, the one that you've spent time, please spend time deciding what it is. Just don't decide it like this because I think this is the keyword. No, that's the wrong approach. Have some keyword search, perform, ask somebody, try to do your best, ask me for information, whatever you do, I can do some keyword search for you. And that's really something that you should never underestimate, because choosing which is the keyword that you want to focus on is very important. There are some huge differences in volume of traffic, in keyword difficulty. Choosing one or another means to really stand some chances to be ranking or not. So that's possibly the most strategic choice that you do, and don't ever underestimate it. So provided you have a keyword, the focused keyword, the point number 1 is that you should use this focused keyword in the key points that we've always been said. So it needs to be in your title, in your subheaders, which make the content very readable. in your meta description, in your copy, in your images, alternative text, and obviously in your content. But it does have to be in a very natural and well-written way. It doesn't have ever, please, to be keyword stuffing. It just has to be a very cool and lovely and engaging style. This style should be so much engaging that at the end, one of your KPI, one of your key performance indicators would be that this page should have a bounce rate that you can check with Google Analytics. And if you don't know how to do it, there are some free tutorials on the site which you can check. And on articles and publications, so one of the categories is Google Analytics, and you can check. They're all for free, and you can understand what is your Google Analytics. Is free, and it's a very powerful way of understanding what's going on your site and how you can get more traffic. So the bounce rate is the rate of people bouncing away from your site because they didn't find that page interesting enough for their reasons. They just finish with it. They don't want to stay anymore, and they close the site and they bounce off. These percentage should possibly be lower than 30%. This is a KPI that you can consider. So if they're good enough, if you're good enough, if your content is engaging enough, if their style is so catchy, the bounce rate shouldn't be higher than that. You should aim to remain with a very low bounce rate. The second point is to provide your copywriter or yourself, when you're starting to write a piece, with a number of related and long tail keywords that will strengthen the importance of the focus keyword. This ones you will only use in your copy, in the body of your page or post, and they need to reinforce the semantic meaning that keyword that you chose as a focus one. The third point is to make sure that the copy, the body of the text, has got a length which is long enough. You will see that SEO yours will suggest you to never write anything shorter than 300 words. I am telling you never to write anything shorter than 600, and aim for 1K. Aim for 1,000 words in your pages. Your users, who, if they're interested in reading something, they want to read, and if it's well written and engaging, they want to read it all. If it's got a lot of subheaders and if it's engaging, they might want to stuck with that page for a long time, and that is useful on a number of ways. So aim to get at least 600. The ideal is at least 1,000 words. Fourth point to ask to your copywriter to remember yourself when you are making your pieces of content is that every page and post should have a call to action that you will specify. Fifth point is that every page and post should have internal links. Your pages must be linked one to each other. Those links are the streets, the roads, the ways on which the Google crawlers will go to crawl the entire site. They will follow the structure that is made by those links. So create a number of internal links. Make sure that the pages are all linked one to each other. Posts must be linked to similar ones. You might also be interested in reading this. Check this for more information. Check this similar topic. Keep people on your site, keep them checking the site, keep them reading what you wrote, keep them reading all the information you can provide. That will help you on a number of ways again. Sixth point is include external links as well. You should have to provide them to your copywriter, or you should ask them to suggest you which ones they would like, or you can make some research yourself. You should include external links, but they should be pointing to reliable, which means governative or .gov.edu or wiki, very informative, reliable, trustable sources, non-competitive. So you can't obviously link to a competitor's website. You need to be linking to some professional body, to some informative source, to some association which does not make any real competition to yours, or to some informative website like Wikipedia that is going to give more information about something that you're writing. So if you're writing an article which is informative and it's explaining something that you do in your niche, there might be a word which people might want to know a little bit more, and you place a link external in that word that people might check. Always make sure you use your links as opening another page, and so that people won't lose your page. I know it does sound obvious, but it's not that obvious. Make sure that people will open those links in other pages, not in that one. And if they want, they can follow that link, and it's a signal that you provide them with the possibility of acquiring further information and further knowledge about some kind of topic. This is something that Google appreciates and your queen, your user, does appreciate. So just make sure that you are providing not just internal but also external links. They all must be to reliable and non-competitive sources. This leads us to the last point, which is whenever it's possible, embed videos on your pages, on your posts. So you know you can't just paste a YouTube link on any of your WordPress pages. If you paste the YouTube link on your YouTube post, on your WordPress post, it will become embedded. So it will not slow your website, your page loading up speed, because it's going to be pulled from the other source. So the weight of the video is going to be lifted, uploaded on YouTube. So that's on that channel that your the video weight will be on your page. It's just only going to be embedded, but it's useful also in this case for a number of ways. Just consider that the time spent on the page will be longer because people will be watching that video inside of your page. So overall, another of the things that you can check on Google Analytics is the time spent on the page, the dwell time, they call it. And the time spent on page, same as the number of the pages that they watch on your site, is a good quality indicator for Google. Google tends to understand that your site is more qualitative, and the rank brain algorithm, which is a machine learning algorithm, will understand better that your website has got a high quality basing from this number of signals and indicators. So the bounce rate is a bad signal. It means that it tells the machine that the site is not good enough to be ranked for that keyword, while instead the time spent on the page, the number of pages that your users see is a good signal. It tells the machine that your website is qualitative, because it tells the machine learns from your users' activity. And your user's activity in this case is telling the machine that your website is engaging. Your website is letting people spend time on that page. It means that it's cool, that it's nice, that it's worth spending time there. So it's worth ranking, maybe even better. So the more the time they spend on the page, the numbers of pages they watch, the higher it might be ranked. So whenever it's possible, when it makes sense, when there is, once again, a reliable and non-competitive source, which has got a YouTube channel, embed their videos in your page. If it's not a competitive source, you are not worried about showing somebody who's does not have anything to do with you. I mean, if you have your own YouTube channel, do embed your own videos. I am embedding my own videos in my posts now. The channel is becoming more and more populated with videos, which are the replace of all those weekly video training, free SEO training sessions. So all uploaded in the YouTube channel, Pink SEO YouTube channel. Now they are my own videos, so I'm not scared of embedding them into my pages. I'm very happy about it, because it's more opportunities for people to understand and learn and get a bit more of knowledge and know-how. But if I hadn't, when I didn't have the channel yet, I was embedding videos from Google, for example, because Google does create videos which are informative about SEO and how to use the Google Analytics, the Google Webmaster Tools, Search Console, and so on. So I already used to be embedding videos, and Google was a good example of a very reliable and non-competitive source to embed on my videos. So this was the seventh and last tip. Summarizing them all again, you can consider those directives for your content to be using the focused keywords keyword in all the key points, title, URL, meta description, content, alternate text of the image, this kind of places that Yoast will tell you. And make, please, a very good keyword search. Don't just take a keyword because you think it's nice. The second point is use a number of related and long tail keywords that will strengthen the meaning, the semantic meaning of the first keyword. The third point is make sure that your content is long enough. So it's not just 300 words, I'm telling you 1K. 600 minimum, 1000 if possible. Fourth point is include call to action that you will specify for each of your page and posts. Ask your people, your users, to do something. Tell them what to do. One only call to action. Don't spoil them for choice, or they will become unable to make any choice. That just happens in our brain if we have too much choice. Just give them one choice in each page and post, but do tell them what to do. And that's the fourth point. Then we have the fifth point, that is include internal links. All your pages must be interlinked one with each other. The sixth is include external links to non-competitive reliable sources. And the seventh is embed videos whenever it's possible. Once again, from reliable and non-competitive sources. As a KPI, consider that your bounce rate should never be high. If the bounce rate is high, there is something that's not good on that page. And you can track your bounce rate, your time spent on page, and the number of pages that that your users are watching in your Google Analytics page. For today, I think it's all. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was useful, it was informative. Please give me feedback. Let me know if you found it interesting. If you think it might be useful for somebody else, please share it. Let somebody else see it, and they might learn something about this part of SEO, which is the content side of the triangle. Thank you so much, and see you next week.